Hi, I'm Laura McMahon Higgins, Managing Partner of Questamon Legal. Welcome to our new series, Ask Laura, where I answer your burning construction law questions.
So without further ado, let's have a look at today's question. What is a back-to-back contract and what does it mean when you have one?
A back-to-back contract and what people think a back-to-back contract is are actually two very different things. A back-to-back agreement is where you take the agreement between the principal and the contractor and then modify it to turn it into a subcontract. In order to do that, we remove the references to the principal and put the contractor's name. We remove the references to the contractor and put the subcontractor's name. We then adjust things like the date for practical completion, the scope of work, the contract sum, and the amounts for liquidated damages. So the end result is that you wind up with a contract which is almost identical to the head contract, but differs in a few key aspects. So what it means for a subcontractor to have a back-to-back contract is that a large portion of the risk the contractor bears has been pushed down to you. Now, that's not a problem, providing you're aware of that risk and you price it before you submit your tender. Now, I mentioned at the start there's a difference between true back-to-back contracting and what people think back-to-back contracting is. What a lot of people will do is sign up for a very onerous 300-page contract here and then issue a purchase order here, which simply says in red pen on the bottom, this PO is back-to-back with the head contract. Now that on its own does nothing. It would be void immediately for uncertainty, and you also may contravene the pay when paid prohibitions under the security of payment legislation. So if you are a contractor who sits in the middle and you're seeking to decide how much risk to pass down to a subcontractor, a back-to-back contract is a good option to transfer a generous portion of that risk. But you cannot do that by simply scribbling on the PO, this is back-to-back. I hope you found that helpful. Please join me next time for another episode of Ask Laura.
If you have a question, drop it in the comments or send me an email. Your topic might be the next episode of Ask Laura.